Serge, first of all, thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, sir. It's good, yeah. Nice
I guess the first thing I want to talk about is the fact that you've got a bit of a different riding this time, a bit bigger, a little bit diverse. What's the challenge been for you in this campaign?
Well, like the riding, most of the people, the riding is bigger. I mean, like a lot of things today about email and by phone. Like I do a lot of things by phone. If you look federally, like the riding is probably three times bigger. So, you know what? And Miramichi for me actually is probably better for me because it's from Tabs and Tech up to Sonic Honor, Outcomes, Liquors, and all this area, Red Bank. So no, I think when you're MLA, you're on the road all the time. Actually, for the since the campaign started, I did 7,000 clicks so far. So that's a lot of miles there. So I'm on the road there, so people want to talk in my riding. And right now, before I have two offices, one in Neguac and one in Douglastown, so that will still be there for the next after the election if I'm the MLA there. So yeah.
The number one thing for most people in this election is jobs, as it usually is.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what you want to see for job creation, specifically in your riding.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I got 3 kids. Actually, my daughter, she's 23 years old. She's full educated. She's a teacher. She just moved to Alberta 4 weeks ago, and she's teaching in a brand new school. And our challenge right now, develop natural resource. 1996, I used to live in Montreal, Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan was one of the worst provinces in Canada. Same population, 750,000 people. And look today who's the best province. Saskatchewan. Potash, natural gas. We could flip this province, natural resource. New Brunswickers are not stupid. We were doing that for almost 100 years now, natural gas. I know if you look like 20 years, 30 years ago, it's different. Now we'll talk about propane to the natural rock, shell rocks, and we need some job because you know what? Healthcare costs $8.6 million a day. We need people to bring back our people here because you know what? We won't survive. We need some people back to work, and the pipeline, to export the gas from St. John, we're talking about 7-year contract to build that port. And we need some people to work there, probably around 1,200 people. What is good in St. John is good to Miramichi. And even for the forestry right now, the new, we'll talk about the new pilot plant, that will bring probably 100 jobs. Direct, that's not indirect. So the people in the woods, like right now, what's Arbeck is going, is all good. And it's actually, it's not $10 an hour, it's pretty good money. So our challenge now is to bring people back here and develop a natural resource. And that's our premier, that's what we said right from scratch. We need to bring people back here because population is going down. We need to flip this province like Saskatchewan did.
On the resources thing, obviously, as you know, there's a lot of opposition to shale gas.
Yeah.
What do you say to people out there who are concerned, who are hearing the thing about the other side of it, people who are concerned about the safety record of it and some of this? What do you say to those folks?
Well, I'm doing that now for my door-to-door for 7 weeks. Every house I'm asking, what do you think? So far, do you know how many people I get? 17 people against. So the people, a lot of people are not aware. New Brunswick right now have the most regulation in North America for development for resource, and that's shale gas. We need to do something. You know what? We cannot do like this and just sit at home and wait because you know what? The boat will miss, and after that, might as well put a lock in Camelton, one in Amherst, and one in Winston because we cannot survive. Look what happened in Detroit. I don't want to scare nobody. This is time to do something to flip this province because we need to turn around because you know what? Don't miss the boat.
One of the other major concerns people have in this province obviously is healthcare. You brought it up, the cost of it and stuff.
Yeah.
How do we keep the cost down and also provide a higher level of service? And others still concerned about the number of people without family doctors, for example. Where do you see that going?
Well, you know what? I don't have a doctor families. I got a nurse practitioner. Excellent service. Right now, we did start to this one in Chatham, I think Gagetown, Bathurst. I think call it center. Sometimes you don't need to see doctors. You could see maybe the nurse, dietitian, and that's what we need to look for. You know what? Healthcare costs $8.6 million. Our population is 750,000 people. It won't go down. You know what? Population is going up. The age is going up. The population is getting older. We need to healthcare right now. You know what? We have one of the best hospitals in the whole province, and we just brought a new MIR. Actually, one guy was talking yesterday. It took three days to get a MIR, and you know what? This is great. And we have a good hospital in St. John for health. Heart, Healthcare is very important. It's probably one of the most important thing. I mean, we need to be cautious because it's the way to manage the money. You know what? We need to take care of people in the bed. I think maybe sometimes the administration, we did a lot of change. All the money we've saved in the last 4 years is back in the system. So to put money, that's not probably the right thing to do. Is to look out to manage, make sure everything is running well, because you know what, population is going older, and older we get, and things, same thing for seniors. I just announced a new nursing home in Neguac, the hospital. We need to get that hospital. The bed need to be empty. Right now, there's going to be a 30 bed in Neguac nursing home, and something's coming from Miramichi for Alzheimer and dementia, because you know, when we talk about dementia and Alzheimer, it is tough because my dad passed away with Alzheimer, and we need to drive an hour and a half to see him for. I don't think that's fair. Close to the people, more volunteer we're going to have, and better health care. Yeah.
Are you happy with the direction of your party in terms of how they're looking after senior care? Because obviously we are growing to be an older population in this province. It's becoming a bigger concern. Your party's plan to take care of seniors, you're pleased with that, or how do you see that moving forward?
That's right. Actually, my mom, she's 84 years old. She wants to stay home. We need to take care of people at home, because you know what? Put people in a nursing home. We need nursing home, because when you go to a nursing home, you will never go back to your home, because it's almost at the end. That's sad to say, but that's life. And we need to take care of people at home, because that's why right now, and even like right now, there are agencies to look for people to work at home. It's hard to get to, because they don't have much money. I mean, right now we try to work and, you know, try to raise the funds and to help those people, because they work hard. You know, some people, you know what, when my mom is 84 and she like to be with somebody. I mean, everything right now, we're all talking about money. We need some revenue. So that's.
The majority of your riding, even though part of it's in the city, a lot of it's rural.
Yeah.
Rural New Brunswick is facing a lot of challenges: declining population, aging population, education. There's fewer students going to school, lower birth rates. But what do you see as the challenges moving forward in terms of the rural areas? If you're riding in the rural areas of New Brunswick in general?
Well, you're right. You know, like I've been doing my door-to-door now for 7 weeks, and if you look, every second house, there are somebody's working out west, and you know what? A lot of people is moving there full time, and that's the scary part, because you know what? I see a lot of houses for sale are empty. Who's going to take care of those houses? You know what? Their house, there's a road in front of the house. Who's going to pay the tax to clear the snow? You know, bush cutting, stuff like that. You know what? If we could flip this province, there would be a lot of rural road, because like all natural gas and you know, forestry. You know, there's a lot of people working in the woods right now. I mean, we need to make sure we're doing the right thing, make sure the woods is there, to make sure that like the job is stay there, because right now, Miramichi was probably one of the worst places been hit for forestry. At least now Barbeck is back running, and right now we're working with to open the pellet plant, so I hope that will go. So no, you're right. A lot of houses been empty and for sale. Man, I know. I used to live in Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan was exactly the same thing. It was almost like ghost town. You know what? Mines is back on track, and that's the way we could flip this province.
In your riding, there are First Nations communities. There's been some tension between the province and First Nations in the last little while over shale gas, forestry. How do you see the relationship? Have you been hearing anything as you've been campaigning between, as far as First Nations thoughts on your government? And how do you either mend fences or build a relationship moving forward?
Well, you know what? I think there's 17 First Nation reserve in the community in New Brunswick, and I got 3. I got Red Bank, Burn Church, and Little Ground. And you know what? Right now there are a lot of things going on. I'm working some project with them. You know what? For the last couple of months, and some is moving ahead. Right now, Red Bank. You know, there's a youth center we try to build there, like, because you know we need to take care of youth. And there's a lot of things. I met the chief a couple of times, you know, and there's a lot of issue. But shale gas, you know what? Nobody ever talk about me in the 3 reserve, in those 3 community First Nation approached me about the shale gas. You know what? There's few people, and sad to say, I mean, like, you know what? If when the gas will run in the well, there's royalties coming, and you know the First Nation will get their share too. So you know what, First Nation too have a hard time. So I'm there to support the First Nation to work with all the chiefs are across the province and Imani community.
Major part of the economy in your riding, particularly in the Neguac and Tac area, is lobster fishery. We know that the last couple of years they have struggled, low catch prices, that kind of thing. I know there's some work going on, has gone on with the panel that was put together to look at it. What do you see for the future of that industry? What has to happen there?
Okay, last Sunday, that was probably one of the best announcements the Premier did there. If we're elected, right now New Brunswick is #1 in Canada for export seafood, over $1 billion. That's a lot of money for the province of New Brunswick, and that's a lot of people, men and women are working in the fish plant. And fishermen, this year was not too bad. You know what? Every year is different. Right now, you know what? What happened last year, it's sad to say, I was down in Neguac not too long ago, and I hear fishermen around the province right now, it's hard to get lobster. Last year, we had too much lobster. This year, it's pretty quiet because right now, if you look down Maine, they have a fish plant down there, so it's hard to get lobster around here. We need to be very careful because, you know what, look what happened with the codfish. There needs to be something to be very careful because our resources there, you never know. And the Premier last week announced, if we're elected, all fish plant workers will have a $2 increase because, you know what, we have a lot of immigrants coming down, you know, to work around here. But I'm not against immigrants. I mean, the thing is, like, we need to take care of our people first because right now, that money is spent somewhere else. It's not in this province and it is not in the country. So this is a great news. That's probably, you know what, for people, seasonal workers, because some women work 86 hours in a week. We need to take care of them because, and you know what, I said 3/4 of women. We need to take care of outdoor people at New Brunswick.
The last thing I had was on education. Since you guys were elected, you did build a new school in Tac. Beautiful facility from what I understand, and there's been some improvements at different schools in your riding and stuff, and of course throughout the province. Your thoughts on the future of education in this province?
Well, we did a lot, you know, like probably one thing, we brought 1 more hours physical in school because I don't think the kids have enough time, you know, like in ground, because more people today like on laptop or you know, Facebook and all those. We need to be more physical because like New Brunswick is one of the worst provinces in New Brunswick, in Canada. And actually, you know what, in my riding, I just bring a brand new track there, field, you know, $500,000. You know what, that track was never put any money for the last 30 years. And you know what, I'm glad because it's going to be opening pretty soon. We need infrastructure because New Brunswick is bad for health, diabetes and obesity. If we don't have, if it's in Miramichi right now, there's a project right now to try to bring something here in Miramichi. I mean, we need to work together. And Tac, you know what? I was glad because like I went through exactly the same thing in Quebec City when they want to close English school. You know what? They never closed. I expand. Tac deserved a school there for the last 12 years. That was #1. It's a school community. So now weekend is open. You know, we want to serve breakfast and the people because the other hall was a and healthcare. You know what? I mean, education is very important. You know what? But we need people. We need to help those kids stay in their class because right now there's a lot of people like. A lot of out west, they're not finished school, they go and work out west. That's sad. You know what, we see that years ago, man, you know, west someday will be probably coming back here. I mean, we need grade 12 minimum, so educate university and college. And if you look college right now, it's paying more than university. And if you go to college, 86% people have a job after you finish college. So this is great news. So I hope, you know, education is very important, so we need to take care of that.
Well, listen, thank you for joining me. I'll give you the last word. I give you a chance to speak directly to the voters in your riding, and I guess why they should consider marking your ballot for you.
Yeah. Well, you know what? If you look my from your job, I used to be in the armed forces. I'm a soldier. I served my country, and I did serve my province and my community for the last 4 years. I'm there for the people. If you call me, you will get the answer. Sometimes it's not always positive. I mean, you will get the answer. I'm there for the people. I'm not there for me. I'm still Serge Robichaud. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.